Hey guys, welcome to Travel Saturday, where I share all things influencing and generating income from travel content. Today, I am letting you guys behind the scenes as I complete a brand collaboration. I know that you guys have so many questions and want to know everything about brand collaboration, so that is what this video is about. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not, and let's get into the day. Welcome back, guys. So it is a bright and early 6 a.m. Monday morning. One of my favorite things to do is to get to locations and film early before people get there so that I can avoid having to answer a lot of questions, because people are very curious about what you're doing when you have your camera, and so that I can try to avoid getting as many people in my back shots. So I am going to try to get to this location around 8 a.m. when they open. So my day has begun. So this is a Monday morning. I am doing my makeup. So this is part of my day. You know, when I am calculating if I want to do a brand collaboration and if it's worth it, I actually include every part of what it takes for me to get ready to determine if it's worth my time. So this is a piece of it. So we're up at 6. I'm getting hyped up, listening to my music, drinking my coffee, and doing my makeup. So we're going to check back in from the location, and I'm going to tell you more about the experience in a moment. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm a little late, but we are here. Today's location is Ponce City Market here in Atlanta, and we are going to Industrious, which is a co-working space. And so what we'll be doing is kind of showing what a day in the neighborhood is like, and going to some of my favorite places here at Ponce City Market, and then showing off the Industrious location. I think that's about all I can tell you guys, because I'm not supposed to share like the entire brief and what we're doing, but I wanted to at least tell you guys that so you'll have an idea of what we are capturing and doing. So I'm about to set up my camera and just get some B-roll footage of me in front of this sign here, because we definitely want to set it up like we're spending the day here at Ponce City Market and just having a good time and enjoying everything. So that is step one, y'all. I'm out here sleeveless and it's actually cold. It's been hot, so I don't know why it's so cold today. But I'm about to hurry up and record this so I can get in. Hair doing what it want to do, probably because it's cold. All right, guys, so that is it for now. Let's start recording. Of course, I don't go anywhere without my trusty tripod, so I'm about to set it up. Have my Bluetooth remote here. So I'm going to use this remote to capture my photos, and I'm actually going to turn the phone towards me so that I can see the screen, because it would be hard for me to gauge exactly where everything is and make sure that I'm standing in the right spot. But yeah, look how pretty Ponce City Market is. Fun fact, I actually did my Deer Park campaign in this same spot also. So I don't know what it is about me at Ponce City Market. This one I actually didn't really plan to be here. I actually landed here. But it's kind of funny that we're back here again for another large collaboration. So let's get into it. My video style of choice is voiceover, where I create clips and then go back in and speak over the videos, kind of like I'm doing now. So I will stand in multiple spaces and just kind of move around so that I can get different clips that I can add to the video later on. All right, I am freezing and shot one is complete. So there's some really cute little spaces here. So I think I'm going to actually get a little B-roll footage of those also and probably throw them in here. The two spots I've chosen that I want to show for like the neighborhood and like places I love to go is the coffee shop that's here, as well as Sweet Green, which is a salad place that's located right over there in that corner. So they don't open until I think 10:30. So I'll have to go to the location and do that shoot and then come back for lunch and shoot that last. So you guys will see how the video kind of flow. I have an idea in my mind of how I want it to flow, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But once I do that, I will kind of piece them together and put it in order of the story. So as you guys can see behind the scenes, things are not actually filmed in the order that people share them for the most part. I know for me, like, I will go and film it getting out of bed to like kind of start the video of starting my day maybe tomorrow, and then today all of this footage is shot. So it's about putting a story together. So don't feel the pressure to do everything in actual order. I know when I first started, it sounds like really common sense, but for some reason I thought that I had to like actually like film everything in the order that I was going to put it in the video, if that makes sense. So let's get this B-roll and head over to the next location. So one of the biggest misconceptions about brand collaborations is that build your platform and they will come. Social media is not a space where you can build it and they will come. You will have to put your name out there. There have been a number of opportunities that I've received just based off companies seeing my page and my content, but you really have to do the extra work to put yourself out there and make sure that you're seen by these brands. So one of the best ways is to join influencer platforms, and that's exactly how I got this collaboration. So what those platforms are it's websites where you go in and you submit your social media information, your age, demographics, and things like that. And those platforms work directly with brands to hire out influencers. So that's one of the things that I was really surprised to learn when I first started, that a lot of times brands don't handle their own campaigns, or they don't find influencers themselves. They hire out a company that finds influencers that are a good fit. So what happened in this particular case is I visited this website and I saw that this was an opportunity that was available. I liked the price that they were willing to pay and read over like what they were looking for content wise, and I determined I would be a good fit. So I submitted my information, and the brand then has to approve you and say, yes, we want to work with you. So in this case, that's exactly what happened. The brand decided they wanted to work with me on this. The influencer platform is kind of like a mediator that gets everything in order, make sure you get paid, make sure you contact the right people to actually fulfill the content and get access to wherever you're filming or the products. And that's basically it. Now, you may be wondering, where do you find these platforms and how do you find them? You can do a Google search to find them, but the great thing is I have put together a list of 20 of the websites I use to get brand collaborations for you guys. And all you have to do is click the link in the description to get it. Now, I went through this list, and these are ones that I actually use, and I actually linked them within the list so that you don't have to spend the time researching them like I did. When I originally got started, I had to find all of these in Google and do all of this research and talk to some of my other influencer friends to find out about these websites. But you'll be able to just click right there, submit your information, and apply right in the app. So that should help you guys out and speed up the process, because nobody wants to be creating content and not seeing the results and seeing the fruits of their labor. So be sure to click that link in the description to get that list and start applying for these campaigns. All right, so now that I've told you guys what to expect with a campaign, let's talk about what happens. So what will happen is once you're approved, they will give you a layout of what they're looking for. You have kind of like a general idea of the type of content they want and what they're looking for from the beginning. But once you get officially approved for a campaign, typically they'll send you a list and say, this is what we're looking to achieve. This is kind of like the mood and everything that we want. And so from that, you want to pick out your attire and really put yourself into whatever that actual campaign is. So in this case, we're going to a professional co-working space. So of course I wore something a little professional. I still wanted to be me and dress freely, but this wasn't an opportunity for me to wear like my cruise wear to film content. So you want to make sure that everything you do aligns with the image and the goals of the brand. And they're going to tell you what that is. Now, I don't know if I can give you guys the specific details, but I'll tell you as much as I can, and I'll also include an example of another campaign that I didn't get, just so we can kind of walk through how this process works. Let's talk about this step by step. So the actual step one is you want to read that campaign and make sure that you understand what visual content you're going to need. From there, you want to craft a story, which is going to be what you tell in the video, as well as, or what you say in the video, as well as how the video flows. Last but not least, you want to come up with a caption. Now, a lot of times these briefs will tell you like you need to use specific hashtags, you need to use specific words. They'll tell you words that you can't use and ways that you can't market their product or place. So that is one of the most important things, is to really understand and read that brief and to come up with a plan before you actually get to the place and start recording. So for this, I knew, I'm familiar with Ponce City Market, and I knew what places I wanted to include, since I have to include some of my favorite places here. So I knew, I had an idea of what actual places I was gonna go in footage and things like that. Unfortunately, I have not seen the actual co-working space, so I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I did do some research and look at some previous content from others just to kind of get an idea. I know that they have a sign on the wall of their name, so I definitely want to capture that. I know that I want to probably get a shot of me meeting with the tour guide and things like that. So you want to do your research to get a general idea, but be careful, because you don't want to copy or steal. You want to still put your unique twist on it, and you want to still make it special and spruce it up for you and your brand and what your audience will like. So that is the key, is making sure that you still have your unique twist, but also you're able to meet the brand's needs so that you can get paid, have a successful campaign, and hopefully get hired for another opportunity in the future. So this is an example of what I meant of it will tell you exactly what not to do. So here are the don'ts for this particular campaign. Of course, I can't show you guys everything here, but this is an example of what you'll see. So it'll tell you exactly what to do. So like I was saying about what you wear in your attire, over here on this list, they specifically said avoid overly casual attire. So that's why I dressed up a little bit, got a little fancy for this one. This is Industrious co-working space in Ponce City Market. This is the main focal point of the brand collaboration, so I wanted you guys to see what the entrance looked like. Okay, so as crazy as it may seem, this is what you don't see happening in the background. So I'm setting up my light. I'm in one of the private rooms right now, and I am about to pretend like I'm on my computer. So I like to set my phone back as far as I can in the corner here so we can get as much of the room and be aesthetic as possible. Of course, I have it turned to the side right now because we are doing a YouTube style video, but if I wasn't, I would have my phone straight up and down and be recording in portrait mode. All right, so then I'm just gonna sit here and just, you know, act like I'm on my computer, or actually be on my computer doing some work. I have an email to send, so I am going to do that. Let's see here. And I just want to kind of move around and make sure my hair is in the right place, make sure it looks really natural. So you want to spend probably like 5 or 6 seconds in each particular spot, just in case you need to chop it, because you won't be using all this footage. So you can just hit record, sit down, and pretend like you're writing. Do some smiling. It feels so crazy talking to you guys about it, because now I see how crazy it looks. But this is what the process is. Trust it, it's gonna look good. So I'm gonna do some writing. I'm gonna switch positions to make sure I'm sitting up straight. Give it about 5 seconds. And then I'm gonna grab my laptop. So we're gonna change the scene here. So now we are going to switch. I want my notebook to look as good as possible, so I'm gonna close it and sit it there. Everything is super strategic. Okay, so we got the shot. And so this is what the actual setup looks like. So tripod is there. I tell you guys all the time, this is my favorite tripod. I'll be sure to link it as well as the light so that you guys can order it if you don't have it yet. But this is such a compact and perfect tripod. Okay, so that is a wrap on the Industrious facility. The last portion of this video we have to shoot is the restaurant. So I am headed to Sweet Green, which just opened like 2 minutes ago. And we're here, the final stop of this video, Sweet Green. We're getting ready to get one of my favorite salads. That is how I wrapped up the content day, but actually after I submitted my first draft, the brand said I didn't have enough footage, so I actually had to go back and film again at a later date. Don't have any video for you guys of that, but I will include it in the final result. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not, and drop your questions about this in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Be sure to check out the final result in the next few seconds, and I will see you guys next week. Spend the day with me at one of the best workplaces in Atlanta. One of my favorite ways to ignite my creativity is by planning a work day outside of my home and visiting my favorite places at Ponce City Market. I begin the day by having a latte at Spiller Park and then head right upstairs to spend a couple of hours at Industrious. I love the atmosphere, snacks, and the fact that there are a number of different rooms to fit my mood. Whether I need time to connect with others or need focused time in a private area, I'm able to do so. After working a couple of hours, I conveniently walk right around the corner to Sweet Green to grab my favorite salad. After that, I reward myself with a little sweet treat and sit out in the park and then head right back upstairs to finish out my workday at Industrious. Now that work's over, it's time to play, so I head up to the roof and visit Skyline Park to play some games and enjoy the beautiful views of Atlanta from the rooftop.